Hi, welcome back to My Perspective. I'm your host, Shelby Wright, and today we're going to be talking about how to keep promises to yourself that will set you up for success with confidence, with life, and really build that relationship with yourself. So as always, we have our little intro. As of right now, I'm once again sitting in my sauna blanket because it's always freaking cold in San Luis Obispo. I got Miso to the right of me. Thankfully, he's sleeping at the moment. I'm kind of preparing for that and relaxing and just trusting myself that I am going to be prepared for this final. It's my nutrition and exercise class. A lot of it is stuff I already know, so I didn't really have to study for it. But just remembering all the modules and assignments that I did and trusting that I'm going to do well on it. Other than that is... oh my goodness, I haven't talked to you since going to Florida. That seems so long ago. So a couple weeks ago, I went to Florida. It was the best trip. It went by so fast. I was there for 5 days, and each day I spent with Max, I'm like, how do I only have 1, 2, 3 days left with you? The thing is, he's at practice for majority of the day, so it's not even like I spent 5 straight days with him day and night. I really only got to see him after his practice, which either ended at 2 or 5 or 1. So there was not much that we could do because we didn't know what time he got out. I went with my mom, and he actually got our anniversary off, which was so shocking because they weren't supposed to get a single day off for spring training. That was kind of the best anniversary present that he could have, not that he gave me, but that could have happened. We went to the beach. Me and my mom and then Max a few times, we went to a different beach every single day. It was so beautiful, back and slow. The water was gray. It was raining. So I was so grateful to be in Florida with the weather that is just beautiful, and it was not humid. It was so much better than when I went in the summer. So we went to a lot of beaches. We went on walks. Me and my mom went to this Japanese garden. We went to we went to different shopping streets and centers and tried all different restaurants and food. Low-key though, I think I'm very blessed. I think being from LA, Orange County, and also going to San Diego and San Francisco a lot, kind of every big city in California, but I think being from places with such good quality food or just tasting food has made me really spoiled because I went to Florida and I researched most of the places that we were going to, and the food wasn't bad. I think it didn't live up to the price. There was only one place where I was like, wow, that was amazing service, and the food was amazing as well, and the scenery, so I'll tell you that in a bit, but it just made me really grateful for where I currently live. I bet there's amazing food places in Florida where we went, but I'm not a local, so I don't know right off the top of my head the best restaurant to go. I mean, that's not my fault. I'm traveling. Max is going to be going to Florida at least every single summer. And then, so I was talking to him about it, and I was like, oh my goodness, this is kind of a tradition. I mean, unintentionally, every single anniversary we have is going to be in Florida, at least our dating anniversary. So I was like, when we're older and you're retired, we should go back to Florida for our anniversary or do some type of trip like that. I just think it's kind of cool that every anniversary for a while is going to be celebrated in Florida, and that's kind of fun because we know what we're doing, we know when we're going, and eventually we will know the best food places and the restaurants and the best beaches to go to and just spend that quality time together. And once I'm done with college, I can go for longer than 5 days. I can go for a week and just take work off. So that was just a cute little realization that we had. But other than that, for our anniversary, it was our 3 years, and we went to Restoration Hardware for dinner. Highly recommend. There's valet, and then it's beautiful because you get to walk we walked up all the stairs up to the roof, and it was Restoration Hardware always outdoes itself with like house stuff, like interior. Just like the ambiance of the restaurant was so beautiful, and I'm really glad I made a reservation there. I had a salmon, and then Max had a steak, and then they also gave us free sorbet for our anniversary, which was super cute. And we were in a rush because we went to go watch Creed after. So then we also watched a movie. There was this like famous, I think it's famous, it's called Sloan's Ice Cream, which is really popular, and we did not want to wait in the line because it was so long. So they also had like a candy bar, so we just grabbed all our favorite candies and made like I made a jumble of like all sour candies, and Mac, he doesn't like sour candy as much as me, but he did like peanut M&Ms and all those sorts of candy items. And then we watched the movie and ate all our candy, but that was really fun. And then we also spent the day at the beach. Yeah, it was a pretty chill day. Oh, we also got acai bowls. They weren't authentic acai bowls. You know me, that I'm super stingy about the type of acai that I eat because I worked at an acai place. It wasn't bad. I wouldn't get it again, but at least now I know. That was pretty much my Florida trip. It was really nice because we stayed with my mom's uncle, so we had a car and we had a place to stay. We obviously didn't have to pay for that. It was nice to like hang out with my mom while Max was at practice, and we got to see my mom's aunts in Miami, and we really just got to explore, and it was nice to just spend quality time with my mom. That's my recap on my Florida trip. I'm gonna do a little recap about this week. Honestly, it's not super exciting, but I'm also doing some fun stuff this weekend, so I could talk about that for a little bit. This week has been finals week, and most of my finals were online. I only have one today in person. I didn't go to classes this week, which is super nice. So you would think I'd be like super relaxed and just taking time for myself. But honestly, I've been super strung out and I had a lot of emotions. I cried a lot this week. I felt really disappointed in just how things in my relationships were going. It was a lot of negative emotions happening. I felt really down on myself and really tried to recoup. I was sitting in my roommate's bed, like freaking out to her. I wasn't having a panic attack. I wouldn't say like the worst anxiety I've ever had, but very, very close, was 130 beats per minute. And I was laying down in her bed doing nothing. That's how bad my anxiety was this week. And then I couldn't fall asleep that night. I literally did not sleep. And my brain was just wired the next morning as well. And I woke up anxious. The point of telling you this is just because I had this great trip and I posted it all over social media, I come back to school and that doesn't mean like that high still went from like that trip. Like I'm human. I have bad weeks. I have bad days. But what I did to like make myself feel better is I went to the store after work one day. I bought I think they're pints, like the little ice creams. I bought 2 different flavors of McCollum's ice cream, and I bought 2 sheets of cookies, the dairy gluten-free ones. I don't know what they're called, but they're my favorite cookies. They're so bomb. I made myself cookies and ice cream. I tried both flavors, and I sat in my sauna blanket in front of Grey's Anatomy and binge watched Grey's Anatomy. And I did that for maybe 2 days. And then the third day, Caitlin came over, one of my friends. I love Caitlin. She ate ice cream and cookies with me. We chatted, we caught up, and then we watched Grey's Anatomy, and then we spoke during all the breaks, like the commercials. That's what I needed. I just needed to hang out with Caitlin and spill everything to her, and really I just needed that quality time, but also doing something so chill. Like I just needed to do something so chill as watching Grey's Anatomy and only talking during the commercials. So it was really nice to see her, and I always, we both have really busy schedules, so I at least try to, hang out with her once a week, but sometimes it's longer than that, but I always know, she's there for me, she's my friend, I can text her, call her whenever I need her, but I also know that she understands I'm also a busy person and doesn't expect me to message her or hang out with her every day or every week, so it's also really nice. I really appreciate her friendship with me. We've been friends since freshman year of college. Now I'm going to go into what I'm doing this weekend because I'm so freaking excited. So tomorrow after work, I think I'm going to come back home and clean a little bit, and then I'm going to head over to Marina's. Marina lives in Solvang. Marina's my roommate, and we were supposed to go to Big Sur, like all me and my roommate, but the one is closed because of the weather, so we're just going to go down, or I'm going on Saturday. I'm bringing Miso to Marina's, and I think we're going to go to Santa Barbara. I'm going to sleep over because they have a guest room, which is super sweet. I'm going to Marina's house, and the next day on Sunday, Cagney's coming, my other roommate, and we're going to do a barbecue with her family and just really like explore that area because we wanted to go camping at Big Sur, but I guess all the camping spots are booked. So that was super fun, or I'm really excited for that. We're doing that tomorrow, and I just kind of like need another little vacay. And that is all my updates for you all. Let's get into this episode. What is the importance of keeping promises to yourself? So to me, it's understanding the value of these commitments that really impact how I can change my life in the littlest, smallest step, getting 1% better each day. Obviously, making my bed in the morning isn't going to make me this amazing, successful person. Maybe there actually are studies that validate that, but that making my bed in the day is what is accomplishing one goal. I already told myself that I couldn't accomplish something. When you make promises to yourself and keep them, you build self-trust and confidence, which can lead to greater success in other areas of your life. So there are studies on this, but controversially, breaking promises to yourself can lead you feeling guilty, shame, self-doubt, or can really affect your mental health and well-being. But keeping those promises to yourself and the effort that you put in, and you're prioritizing these small practices in your daily life to compound into a great big accomplishment to where you are proud of yourself and it's not even a goal anymore. It's just something you do in your daily life. Okay, a time where I've broken promises to myself is, for example, when I was in high school, I wanted to be a YouTuber. I think everybody wanted to be a YouTuber, but I filmed all on my iPhone. I edited with mostly CapCut. I edited with Final Cut Pro because I think my dad got it somehow. I had a bunch of YouTube videos, and then I finally bought like the legit vlogger camera that everybody had, and I was embarrassed to use that more than my own phone. So I didn't video as much as I wanted to, and I was a junior in high school at this time, and then my mom's laptop broke. And when her laptop broke, I didn't have Final Cut Pro anymore, and I didn't have my own laptop. So I stopped posting YouTube videos, but then I got my own laptop, and I never did YouTube again. And that was a promise I broke to myself because I used to release an episode or like a video like every week or every couple weeks, and I genuinely loved doing it. I started doing it when I was in middle school, and I look back and all these like types of things, whether it's like my podcast or looking back on YouTube, and I'm like, if I just stuck with it and really pushed myself and didn't break that promise of I'm going to post a video every single week, then maybe I would be somewhere completely different in life, or maybe I would have had more opportunities, or gotten better at editing or videoing, or been more comfortable with my face on camera, or it goes endless. And I broke that promise to myself. I know that one seems really insignificant, but I still think back on it. I'm like, what if I just kept going? What if I found a way, but instead I took that I took that like roadblock and I let it just define myself versus figuring out how to overcome it. I set a goal for myself. I don't complete it. I try to remember that I'm basically lying to myself. Every time I put the alarm on for 8 o'clock, but I know I'm going to snooze it until 8:30, I'm basically telling myself as I'm setting up that alarm that I'm actually not going to wake up at 8. There's no point, so I should just put another alarm at 8:30. But if I was really trying to train my subconscious, I would just put an alarm at 8:30 and tell myself, you are going to wake up at 8:30, not 8, and then snooze all the alarms, because I'm lying to myself when I say, oh, I'm going to wake up at 8 tomorrow, but deep down, I know I'm just going to snooze that alarm. So it's retraining your thoughts to setting up goals that are successful to you as little as what time you're going to wake up. I know that seems so insignificant to your day, but you can't trust yourself for big decisions if you can't even trust yourself for when you're going to wake up in the morning. You set realistic goals, because by doing this, it increases the likelihood that you'll actually achieve them. So me setting up the alarm half an hour earlier than I know I'm going to wake up is setting myself up for failure. Setting goals that are too ambitious or unrealistic can lead to you feeling frustrated, demotivating myself, and lead this cycle of procrastination and avoidance of actually trying to figure out a habit cycle of me waking up earlier or me working out 5 days a week, whatever it is. So by setting realistic goals, you can experience a sense of accomplishment as you make progress towards your objectives, which can boost your confidence and motivate you to continue striving for success. Making your bed every single morning and actually accomplishing that goal reminds yourself that you can keep that promise to yourself, that you have already done a win of the day and you can accomplish many more things in that day. So to set achievable goals, it can be helpful to break them down into smaller, more manageable steps. Let's say you want to work out 5 days a week. That's your end time goal. Maybe start off with half an hour. So this approach can help you see the progress you're making towards your goal and provide a sense of accomplishment along the way instead of continuously failing of not going to the gym 5 days a week, every single week, and then you just give up. Another helpful tip is to use the SMART goal framework, which stands for specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound. So this framework can help you ensure that your goals are well-defined, concrete, and attainable within the specific time frame you want. So by using this time frame, you can stay focused on your goals and increase your chances of achieving them. Really get yourself to accomplish what you want. Like saying when people are like, I want to lose 30 pounds before summer, and summer's in 3 months, or 10 pounds, whatever, how much it is, that's an unrealistic goal for a majority of people. So maybe it's just setting up healthier habits for yourself until summer comes and you feel a little bit more confident going into summer versus trying to change your entire body shape and doing anything possible to do that when it's not sustainable or healthy and you're actually deteriorating your mental health at the same time. So now you have to understand what motivates you onto keeping these promises to yourself and making yourself 1% better every single day. So understanding your motivation is key to keeping promises to yourself because it helps you tap in to the deeper reason of why you want to make change or achieve whatever goal this is. So when you have a clear understanding of your motivation, whether that's summer's coming up, I don't want that to be your motivation, by the way, but I feel like a lot of people think that, or it's becoming happier or being more productive throughout the day. So you can use that as your source of inspiration and motivation to keep going when it gets hard. When you don't want to wake up at 8 a.m., you remind yourself, I'm going to have more time in the day or I'm going to be able to go to bed earlier and get a full night's rest. Without a clear understanding of what your motivation is, or if it's a negative motivation, I feel like you want to get back revenge on an ex. Maybe that motivates you. I don't know. But it can be easy to lose sight of what you're trying to make that promise to yourself in the first place if you don't even know what your motivation was. Once you're faced with an obstacle or a setback, like me, my laptop breaking, I just gave up on my whole goal that I had for myself. So if I had that motivation of like, I want these videos to look back on when I'm an adult and see everything I did in my childhood, I would have probably kept going because I still love looking back on those videos and I don't have that many because I stopped doing it. So to identify your motivation, there are several strategies that you can use. Here, oh my God, I can't speak. Here are some that I have done to find my motivation. So journaling is a great way to explore your thoughts and feelings, and it really has helped me uncover the deeper motivations behind my goals. Honestly, haven't been the best at journaling at the moment, but I have used this, and it's been a great tool for myself, and I really get to reflect. Talking to a trusted friend or one of your parents, if you're super close to them, can be helpful. So this is great because it can offer a different perspective or help you see things in a different light. And they know you best. Your friends and your family know you best. So they want the best intentions for you. And then finally, working with a therapist can be really great because it's a safe space and it's always a supportive environment. I really miss my old one, but it's really cool to just get somebody else's reflective, and they kind of mirror you, so you're like, oh, I didn't realize I felt like that, whatever. But a therapist can help you identify your underlying beliefs and patterns that are holding you back, kind of look back onto your childhood maybe to see what's been portraying into your adult life. And they help you develop strategies and tips and tricks onto moving forward and becoming a better person. By understanding your motivations, you can use this as your source of inspiration, and you can stay committed and keep your promises to yourself and achieve the goals that you've always wanted to do but never knew how to. Here's a thing is I love Shelby Sacco, her Sad to Savage podcast. She talks all about habits and goals. And if you need a podcast that really basically each episode is about this, highly recommend her podcast. We share the same name, so I love her. But she's super, super intelligent in what she speaks about. Is you know your motivation, you know why this is important. So now let's create a plan for you. So having a plan is essential for keeping the promises to yourself because it provides structure and direction for achieving your goals. That's what we're all about, achieving the goals that we want. Without a plan, it can be easy to get sidetracked or lose motivation, or your promises might fall away and you kind of forget why you started this in the first place. Creating a plan involves breaking down your goals into smaller, more manageable steps, like we already said, and setting specific actions and timelines for each step and not getting ahead of yourself. This helps you stay focused on what needs to be done and provides a roadmap for achieving your goals. And I have done this, and I did this in gymnastics too. So this is a long time frame plan that I've done. Also, having a plan helps you keep track of your progress and celebrates your successes and adjusts your approach as needed. So I have a self-care planner, and each month I'm so excited, I need to go do this again, but each month I set up my goals for myself, and then I have each week and day I go through this planner. Then at the end of the month I do a reflection on the month and then how I want to impact the next month. I think looking back tracking your progress and celebrating those little wins is super important, because maybe you don't get to the end goal, even though that's what we're talking about at the moment, but at least acknowledging that you made it this far. I made blank amount of episodes so far on my podcast. I made 7 episodes. That is so awesome. A year ago, I had 0. So I'm so proud of myself so there are several tips I have to creating a plan for keeping these promises to yourself. Using a planner calendar is a great way to keep track of your goals and deadlines. I just talked about that. I have 2 calendars that track my finances and track if I ate 3 meals that day, if I did something for my mental health, and if I did affirmations that day. So I track that and see how I'm feeling after doing all those things. Setting reminders on your phone or computer help you stay on track and ensure that you don't forget important tasks and deadlines. I use Google Calendar like there's no tomorrow. It is color coordinated, so beautiful. I have my sorority, my school, my work, my personal life, appointments, when I need to de-stress. I also have this app called I Am on my phone that reminds me 10 times a day of different affirmations. And it reminds me of why I love myself, why I'm doing things for myself. Sometimes you just need that daily reminder. Like yesterday, my reminders were so freaking sweet. Let me see if I can pull any up right now. 1 minute ago, 12:14. My brain is powerful. So let me read some of these off. When I look in the mirror, I will find beauty. I have been through so much and I am still standing. These are so nice. Okay, so there was a few yesterday of really a lot of stuff I needed to hear. And sometimes I'm like, oh, why am I paying for this app? It's like $12 a year or something. And then another part of me is because I get these messages when I'm really feeling low, and it reminds myself of why I keep going. Okay, next is creating a vision board can be a powerful tool for staying motivated and focused on your goals. I have a vision board that I look at every single day. This is my first year of doing one. And on it says, she is intelligent. I'm healing, prioritize your peace, balance, I'm beautiful, I am intelligent, and it has photos of like a relationship, friends, hot girl walks, a new apartment, a podcast, Pilates, all the things that I want to embody this next year. Lots of reading. A vision board is a visual representation of the goals and dreams that you want to achieve, and it helps me stay inspired and motivated throughout my entire journey. And I look back on it, I'm like, wow, I already did that podcast. Wow, I have a great relationship I'm maintaining. I am currently every single day trying to better my relationship with my body and food and with the people around me. And that's what looking at this vision board does for me. It reminds me of what I'm doing every day to be a better person, to love myself more, and really just be content with the life I have, because I don't get another one. By having a plan in place, I stay focused, I'm motivated, and I'm committed to keeping these promises to myself. I try to remember, and I hope that you try to remember, to break down these goals into smaller, manageable steps, to set specific actions and timelines and track the progress along the way. So maybe that's going in your calendar and being like, I'm going to take this workout class at this time on this specific day, because you're paying for it. So you're going to show up. Or having a friend meet you at the gym. So they're holding you accountable. So you're going to hold yourself accountable, but always making sure either you know the type of workout you're going to do or the time that you're going to go, so it's easier and the stress is gone for the day. Or you set your clothes out for your workout, so you're like, oh, my clothes are already out, I'm going to go to the gym. Or sometimes I wear workout clothes all day and then I'll go to the gym till at night, because I'm like, oh, I already have my workout clothes on, might as well hit the gym after class. So setting up little manageable steps so that you can make these progress and really set yourself up for success. With a solid plan in place, you'll be well on your way for achieving your goals and fulfilling these promises to yourself. And I promise you, you will feel so good. What are some small goals for yourself? I've sprinkled a little bit here and there, but before I go into the accountability part, I'm going to give you 10 little things that can be setting small promises for yourself that compound into bigger goals that you look back on and you're like, wow, I'm pretty cool. First is drinking a glass of water in the morning. Some people are really big on like tongue scraping, so maybe it's tongue scraping right when you wake up. Taking a short walk every day, spending however long either on meditation or deep breathing practices, mindfulness, writing down the things that you're grateful for every day, reading before bed, spending 15 minutes tidying up your living space each day, practice positive affirmations, make your bed, have a healthy breakfast, take a break from social media for an hour, or not go on your phone for the first half an hour. Some of the practices that I try to do every day, I also drink a ton of water, like a gallon a day or more. I try to go on a walk every single day for my dog as well. I do 5 things I'm grateful for. I do a reflection at the end of the night. I also listen to a podcast every day, and I try to read every day. So I have a bunch of little tiny habits that I do that may seem really big to you, but I've been doing a lot of these for a very long time. So it takes time. Break them down into little steps for yourself, so you can talk about one day how you have 10 habits that people think are crazy. Accountability is really crucial for keeping your promises to yourself, because it helps you stay on track and motivated, which we've talked about. When you have someone else to answer to, whether it's an accountability partner or a community of like-minded individuals, so like maybe your friends or like a workout class you go to, you're more likely to follow up on your commitments. So additionally, tracking your progress and creating and celebrating your little wins can help you stay motivated and feel accomplished. Here are some strategies for holding yourself accountable and creating your dream life for yourself. Find an accountability partner or a wellness partner. Caitlin used to be my wellness partner for the gym. This can be a friend, family member, or a coach who checks in with you regularly to see how you're doing and offer support and encouragement. Maybe go get yourself a health coach or a business coach. I think it's kind of crazy because I was an athlete my whole life. Or like, say Max, he's an athlete his whole life until he's probably 45, 50. And then he's just supposed to go off in life and not have a coach anymore. Like, I think it's like we grow up our whole lives with coaches, and then all of a sudden you get into the real world when you stop your sport and you're like, what do I do now? So you can have a coach in life, a life coach that can really just guide you and offer some good advice. Like I said before, track your progress. Use a habit tracker app. There's one from Care of that I like to use sometimes. Or create a simple spreadsheet to track your progress and celebrate your wins. Shelby Sacco also has one that you have to pay for, but it looks pretty legit. Next is join a community. So if you love to paint, go join a painting class. Or if you want to try pottery, do that. Or just look for a community of like-minded individuals and find a support system that's inspirational and holds you up to what you want to create and just is super supportive. Another thing is reward yourself for each of the small promises. When you follow up on one of your promises, reward yourself with something you enjoy, like a bath or your favorite treat. So for me, I track then my reward is to go somewhere like the beach and read. So I try to do free little rewards for myself, but something I'm still going to enjoy. Celebrate your success along the way because it helps you reinforce positive behaviors and provide motivation to keep going. Celebrating milestones help you boost your self-confidence and your self-esteem. This is why I have little goals for myself each week, and it's free because I don't have money, but it's good for you. So here are some ideas of how you can celebrate your success. Treat yourself with something you enjoy, like a favorite food, a massage, or a movie night. Take a day off, rest and recharge. Share your success with someone who's going to be happy for you, like one of your friends or your parents. The people around you should be happy for your success, and maybe sharing that, whether it's like, Mom, I went on a walk every single day this week, and now I'm going to go watch the sunset with my friends. And she's like, oh, I'm so proud of you, dear. Hopefully. Write down your accomplishment in a journal or a planner and reflect on how far you've come. Buy yourself a small gift or something to just appreciate your achievement. Plan a fun outing or activity. So going to a concert, trying a new restaurant, going to an ice cream place. Maybe you should create a vision board like I did, or a Pinterest board to remind yourself of all the success and goals that you're going to get when you accomplish these things. Take a moment to reflect on how you feel and appreciate all the hard work that you have put in to achieve your goals in life. I need to appreciate every morning that I wake up early when I don't want to, so I can create the life of my dreams. To wrap up this episode, I want to remind you to keep these promises to yourself because it's crucial for building self-trust, confidence, and ultimately achieving your goals. Setting realistic goals to understand your motivations, having a plan, being accountable, and celebrating your successes are key strategies for keeping these promises to yourself. Small promises can just be as powerful as big ones, and breaking down goals into smaller steps can help you make them more achievable. Hopefully, these strategies can help you keep your promises to yourself and make meaningful progress towards your goals. They have to mine, and I want to share that with you. Remember, you have to start small, kind to yourself, and celebrate every little win. By making these promises and keeping them, I promise you're building a foundation of self-trust and self-love, and it's going to benefit every area of your life. I love you so very much. Thank you for listening, and I hope you learned something, and I hope you're going to build one small little goal for yourself, and you're going to keep it, and you're going to do so good. I know that you have all the tools. Use them all to your advantage and really build the life that you want. I will see you next week, and I hope you have a great week.